Hello everybody, Arturo Johnson here, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you this one simple test that has dramatically changed my life. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to share with you exactly how to utilize this test to master it in your personal and professional life and take things to the next level. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right in. And so today we want to talk a little bit about ourselves, right? And the focus of this video is to focus on you, right? And so who are you? And in this video, I'm going to really uncover some things that a lot of people may not know about themselves, right? And I'm going to share with you a wonderful tool that is kind of spooky once you take it. And it really just lets you understand who you are as a person. It shares with you some of the polar things that you have strengths in, and some of your weaknesses. And when it comes to having success personally and professionally, these things are amazing, right? And so with this test, you could use this in relationships, you can use this in business, and you can use this in a lot of different ways. And obviously we're going to focus on how you can use these as strengths in business, to know what your strengths are as a leader, as well as if you need to hire some people and things like that. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And so what is the Enneagram test, right? So this is a personality test that shows you what side of the spectrum that your personality is on. And there's generally about 16 different characteristics or character traits of personalities. And what this test does is it really boils those down, and it gives you some in-depth knowledge based on the answers that you give on what spectrum you fall into on this personality test. And you can do the Enneagram test for free here at this link. So go ahead and type in https www.electicenergies.com Enneagram /Enneagram/test. And from there, you can go ahead and take this test. It'll probably take you 5 minutes to do. Very, very simple, fun test. And it just gets me excited when I hear that people want to take this test, because it's the first time for a lot of people, right? They walk around a lot of the times wondering why these same patterns happen, or why they get to this certain level and the same things keep happening. Oh, I keep finding myself in these same situations. And it's because they don't know themselves, right? They don't know their patterns, right? This thing that keeps holding them back, or this occurrence that keeps happening over and over again. And it's because they don't know themselves. And that's kind of the art of war, right? So we need to know thyself first. And if you go ahead and take the test, you click the link to take the test, it will show up just like this. And you just go ahead and click Enneagram test, and then it'll give you a personality type through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, right? And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pull up mine. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my test up, and so you guys can see what that is. And I'm a 3, which is the achiever. And I am someone that is focused on the presentation of success to attain validation, right? And people of this personality type need to be validated in order to feel worthy. They pursue success and want to be admired. They are frequently hardworking, competitive, and are highly focused on the pursuit of their goals, whether their goal is to be the most successful salesman in the company or the sexiest woman in their circle. They're often self-made and usually find some area in which they can excel and thus find the external approbation which they so desperately need, right? And so this is pretty cool. And for me, man, that's spot on. That is spot on. And so it's pretty cool. And so with me knowing that about myself, it really makes sense, to that's the way I'm programmed. And this is pretty cool. And so I use these things. And so there's just a couple other, attributes in here. And this is really huge when you're trying to build a team, right? Because you want to find people that really, put them in positions that play to their strengths, right? And so like the 7 is an enthusiast, right? So they're pleasure seekers and planners. So for somebody that's that, right, you want someone that's your executive assistant or virtual assistant or someone that does secretarial type things because that fits their personality, right? For this one is the perfectionist. They're responsible and fixated on improvement, right? You kind of want somebody like that as, a leader of the team, right? They're always going to be striving to make things the best. They're always going to make sure they do the best. They're not going to cut corners. They're going to do the hard stuff that nobody else wants to do. They're going to bear the burden of the team. And they're always going to be there for you. They're never going to let you down, right? And it's phenomenal because this is what my wife is. And for me personally, right, she stands up and is there consistently for my family every single time, right? I can think of some times when I was having a hard time when my mother was sick, and man, she was there, helping me get everything together, the move, setting up my mom's room when she moved here into her new place, even helping out with some more intimate things when my mom couldn't help herself. She was there, and we've been through it all, and she shows up every single time, right? Middle school to high school with my daughter, all of this tough stuff, right? The day ones, right? They show up, they're there, they are the true leaders. And they show that by their responsibility. They take responsibility for everything. And so, this is pretty cool. I don't think I know what a 9 is, so let's check that out. The peacemaker, right? Keeping peace and harmony. So this is probably someone that you want as a customer service rep, right? Someone that can listen very well to the customer's complaints, agree with them, and try to do what they can at all costs to avoid, any more escalation of conflict and potentially putting out that fire, right? And so this is huge for business. And so let me go back to my screen here. And so you want to take this test and just kind of know who you are, right? Because this is really going to tell you what your strengths and weaknesses are. And in there, it'll tell you what your weaknesses are, and you can work on those things, right? So you can become something that you weren't before. And that's really what success in business is really about. It's really about, not just really focusing on your strengths, but it's minimizing your weaknesses. And when you can do that, when you can transcend those downsides and make those upsides, that's going to, what's the word I'm looking for? That's going to really help with exponential growth. And so for me, I really focused on these things, and I really had to really look inside and really reflect and do some introspection. And what I learned is that in order for me to get to that next level, I really had to transcend myself and my situation. And it took a lot of work. It wasn't as easy as I'm making it sound. It was very difficult. It's something that I work on every single day. But in order for me to get to that next level, that's what I had to do. And This is one of my favorite quotes by Jim Rohn, and it is, in order for things to change, you have to change. And he goes on to say, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills, right? And so again, when we go back to taking that test, it's going to let you know what your strengths are, but it's also going to let you know what your weaknesses are. And that's how you can get more skills, right? Those things that are negative, turn them into a positive, right? Those experiences that we've had in the past, that we've been through, those stories that we tell ourselves, those negative stories, turn them into a positive, right? The things that you've learned, right? And so we want to use those experiences because those are unique to you. And if you have survived those things, then you are a survivor, right? You're a victor, not a victim. And so you can use that story because that story can empower someone else, right? And it could ultimately probably save someone else's life or inspire them to not do anything else, to go on to the next day, to say, if you can do it, I can do it, right? You can inspire someone else to change as well with your story. And so that's what we want to use here. And so, who I was back then is not who I am today, right? And I look back to when I was struggling, barely doing things, to now having success in my business. It was because I had to transcend that situation and really, really focus on the things and the patterns that and the pitfalls that I kept doing over and over again. And so, who you are right now is not who you need to become in order to get to that next level. And so just think about that, who you are right now and who you want to be. And there's a gap in there, right? And we can transcend that gap, and we can pull that gap closer by getting better and better every single day. And this test is a tool so that you can have something tangible to work on, right? Because we categorize a lot of things as bad luck, right? And so sometimes it's self-inflicted, it's self-sabotage. It's the cycle that we go through over and over again. And I know, we have some friends or some partners who's like, oh, here we go again. She keeps dating this same kind of guy, right? It's this pattern that we have, and it's just because, we don't really know who we are. And so, to achieve success, you need to grow, and you really just need to evolve into a person that deserves success. And a person that deserves success is someone who knows what their goals are. They have a plan of action mapped out, and they know who they are, and they're comfortable with that, and they work on themselves. And so a lot of times what people do, right, is they just mirror and match and copy people, and they're not true to themselves. And so, this is a cool video that I wanted to share. And this is what a lot of people do. They just copy. They're just a copycat, right? Right. And so what happens here is this monkey see, monkey do, but the initial thing that the monkey was doing, by the time you end up copying, you're not even doing the thing that you started out to do. And so what we want to do is not copy, we want to model success. And modeling success looks like goal setting, knowing thyself, having an action plan, and modeling success, not copy. And so, society has been on a huge hurry, or been in a huge hurry, to explore and understand everything externally, right? Like, we tend to look outside for everything, right? We're looking for this person over here, or this being, or this extra, or this external thing to help get us out of our situation. And really, everything that we need is inside. And so when we do these things and return to the inside, that's where the abundance is, right? When we quiet down all the noise, get clear on our goals, conviction on who we are, then we can stand up and take some massive action. And so I hope this video was helpful. Here's the link again. I'm so excited to hear some of the responses to these. So at the end of this video, if you found this helpful and you took the test, feel free to comment in the comment section below. I'll be sticking around after this video answering questions and comments on this test and shooting some dialogue with the folks on this channel. And so again, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and click the like button, as well as subscribe to the channel. I try to do at least 3 to 5 quality videos like this every single week and talk about things both personally and professionally to help people to just become better, right? Every single day. And lastly, if you're a life insurance agent and you're looking for some consistency and predictability in your business, and you're tired of cold calling, relying on referrals, or door knocking, right? And you want an automated process to be able to generate leads and appointments, then click the link below and book a free strategy session, and we can talk about how we can help you set this up in your business. Thank you.